When you come up with a great brush, you probably want to save all of its settings so you can use the brush again in a later project. While Photoshop already has a tool preset feature that lets you save tool settings, brushes have more options than most tools. For this reason, Photoshop has convenient brush presets that can remember everything about a brush. So earlier we mixed colors with the white background and with each other. Now you'll use a photograph as your canvas. You'll add colors and mix them with each other and with the background colors to transform a photograph of a landscape into a painting. So choose File and then Open, and then we're going to open this landscape, and then we're going to click File, Save As, and we're going to change the word Start. We're going to put your last name there. Make sure we're saving it as a JPEG in your Lesson 10 folder, and click Save. When you do that, it opens a JPEG dialog box, and then just click OK. So Photoshop includes numerous brush presets which are very handy, but if you need a different brush for your project, you might find it easier to create your own brush preset or download brush presets that another artist has created and shared online. In the following exercises, we're going to load, edit, and save custom brush presets. Quick question for you. What option removes paint from the brush after each time you click and drag the mixing brush tool? Is it clean bristles after each stroke, clean the brush after each stroke, wash the brush after use, or remove paint after use? If you think that in your brain clean the brush after each stroke, you would be correct. The Brushes panel displays visual samples of the strokes created by different brushes. It's talking about right here. I'm going to move this over here. If you already know the name of the brush you want to use, it can be easier to display the brushes by name. You'll list them by name now so you can find your preset for the next exercise. So, Window and then Brushes if you don't already have it. So you should see this over here. And you can just see how the brushes are organized by name and different things like that. So now we're going to load a brush preset that we're going to use for this exercise. Loading brush presets is how you use brush presets that you've downloaded or purchased. So click the Brushes panel menu, and these three little lines there, and we are going to click Import Brushes right there. You're going to go to your Lesson 10 saw it right here. Your Lesson 10, and we're going to choose CIB Landscape Brushes.abr and click Open. And it will put it at the end of the panels list, so you see right here. So if we expand that, and it will reveal all the brushes that it contains. Some of the presets contain not only a stroke and preview and a name, but also a color swatch. So you can see some of these have colors. That's because a color can be part of a brush preset. Question time. What's the default keyboard shortcut for the Load Mixer Brush? Load Mixer Brush shortcut. If you were to hover your mouse over right here, it's kind of a trick question. So Shift L, Alt on Windows or Option on the Mac plus L, Control Windows or Command plus B, or there are no default keyboard shortcuts for the mixer brush. Correct answer is there are no default keyboard shortcuts for the mixer brush. Now you could create a preset, but there currently are not. So for this next exercise, we're going to create and save a variation on a brush preset that exists in the CIB landscape brushes you just imported. Select the mixer brush. And then in the CIB Landscape Brushes group, in the Brushes panel, select the round fan brush. Round fan brush, right there. You're going to use this brush preset as a starting point for the brush preset that we're going to create. And we're going to change these following settings. Sorry, I got distracted. So we're going to change the following settings in the brush settings panel for this round fan brush that's in our CIB Landscape Brushes. I'm going to display my brush settings. And let's see here, size. We are going to make that 36. So click on size and we're going to type 36. We want it to be a round fan. The bristles is going to be 35%. Length is 32%. Thickness 2%. Stiffness 75%. Angle is 0. Spacing is 2%. Click the foreground color in the Tools panel. And we want to have medium light blue color. Couldn't find my dialog box. I mean, there's supposed to be a dialog. It was on my other monitor. I have two monitors. I'm like, why am I losing my mind? So R, let's type in 86. G is 201. And B is 252. That's the color I'm going to select. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to choose Dry from the pop-up menu in the options bar. And now it's time to save the setting as a brush preset. So let's go over here to New Brush Preset. And we're going to name it Sky Brush. And we want all of these boxes checked. And then click OK. We now have a new brush in our CIB Landscape. You see right here, there's our Sky Brush. The reason why it's based on a brush preset from that group. Feel free to reorganize your brush presets in any way you would like by dragging and dropping presets into your brush preset groups within the Brushes panel. You can create a brush preset group by clicking Create a New Group button right here if you wanted to do that. You can change the order of the Brushes panel list and organize brush preset groups into subgroups. Quick question for you. How can you share selected custom brushes with others? The way you do that is you would choose Export Selected Brushes from the Brushes panel. Right there. That's how you would do that. You will probably see that again.